This meeting is called to order. Certification of compliance with open meeting laws. Let me check see if the doors will be open. Yep. Roll call.
Carl?
Here.
Miller? Here. Ratchet? Not here. Nate is here.
Discussion and action to name interim airport manager. I don't know if you all know or know, Don Egan's real sick. And we need someone to take over the airport till an airport manager can be hired if Don doesn't return.
I've discussed it with Don, and he was working with Dave Dunn to work on the hangar leases for the new hangar and other stuff with the airport, and my suggestion would be to name David Dunn as the interim airport manager till we get the commission set up.
Can you put that in a motion?
I'll make a motion to name David Dunn the interim airport manager.
I'll second it. Any discussion? It's been moved and seconded.
Do you want to ask him if he has any questions, if he's amenable to
Are
it?
you available?
Yes. Yes, I'm available and need a lot of help from a lot of other people, but yeah, I mean, I think as a community we can pull it off, so.
Okay. Good, thank you.
Ask a question?
Yep.
What's this gonna do with the, for the checking account now? Do we need another signature on it?
It would either be Larry or,
Well, Don can still sign checks, can't he?
Is it a single signature or dual signature?
Dual
Does it requar both or
Yes.
either or?
The clerk and the airport manager.
I wanted it, requires the,
I would think as an interim, maybe put you on it for now.
You want to have Don sign it?
I think if we're naming someone as the interim manager,
They should be on the sign.
Okay.
no, what I'm saying is that responsibility should be not left to Don anymore, because who knows when he's gonna be there and when
Right.
he isn't.
Okay.
Okay.
There aren't a whole lot of checks, especially in the winter time. I think, everything will work better if we, we're planning on having this ordinance in effect probably the middle of January, so if you did it for a month, it wouldn't be a big deal.
where's the mail go down? To Don's house?
Don's still getting it, we can take care of that.
Okay. Just maybe we have it from the post office box.
Well, he's got a post office box.
Oh,
does he?
I can get the key from him, I can pick it up,
Okay,
or Dave can pick it up, because I got to give it to him anyway.
okay.
But then if there's any emergencies, it can go through David.
Okay.
You want to spell?
We'll do that with this next part.
Okay, on that, okay. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to appoint David Don for interim airport manager. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Discussion and action for airport commission ordinance.
You want me to just go into it, you want me to read the whole thing?
No, we handed it out. If people want, if anybody wants copies of this, we'll print them up for them. I don't,
We'll just go through the sections and
just all
loosely.
Right.
Okay, Don was in favor of this ordinance. A lot of people have been in favor of having a commission. So we are going ahead with that. This is the first reading of it. We will have another reading at our regular meeting in January. And this is an ordinance establishing airport operation policies and land use within the boundaries of the Palmyra Municipal Airport. This form that I found it was online. It's from the Wisconsin DOT, and it was also sent to me through the Aeronautics Division of the DOT in Madison. The first section is definitions. We have airport, hangar, fixed base operator, manager, multiple T-hangar owner. The commission means a group of 3 or more persons appointed by the owner under Wisconsin Statute 114.14, which has jurisdiction for the construction, improvement, equipment, maintenance, and operation of the airport. and the owner is the town of Palmyra. And the ALP is the other thing, the airport layout plan. Any questions? Section 2 is the airport land use. In order to regulate the development and use of the airport layout plan is revised, depicts those areas dedicated to specific uses described in Section 5. And we'll get to that then. The Airport Commission shall have jurisdiction for construction, improvement, equipment, maintenance, and operation of the airport. The Commission shall adopt regulations and establish fees or charges for the use of the airport, not inconsistent with this ordinance. Such regulation, fees, and charges will become effective when approved by the owner. The Commission may employ a manager whose duties and responsibilities shall be specified in writing and whose salary shall be approved by the owner. But it's may approve, we don't have to name a manager. And the manager, if we have one, is under the supervision of the Commission and shall have the duty of administering and enforcing all airport ordinances, leases, and agreements, and rules and regulations. The Commission shall meet at least once each calendar quarter. The Commission shall, in cooperation with appropriate municipal department, establish an airport accounting system of sufficient detail to enable the Commission to accurately establish rates and charges, eliminate inefficient operation and maintenance practices, and accomplish sound financial planning. The Commission shall prepare and submit an annual report to the owner. The Commission shall prepare and submit to the owner an annual budget. The Commission shall prepare and submit for adoption by the owner an ordinance establishing minimum requirements for the conduct of aeronautical services. The Commission shall prepare and submit for adoption by the owner standard leases and agreements. The Commission shall make studies and conduct surveys as appropriate to assist in improving the operation of the airport. It shall cooperate with the Wisconsin Bureau of Aeronautics and the Federal Aviation Administration in airport and system planning functions and other activities. The Commission shall cooperate with and receive the cooperation of all municipal departments providing services or assistance to the airport. Section 4 is the airport operation policies. The Commission, in carrying out its duties and responsibilities, shall adhere to the following policies. The owner shall refrain from engaging in any activity or providing any service, excluding airport maintenance, using public employees or funds that can be conducted or provided satisfactorily by private parties through proper leasing arrangements. The owner shall encourage the development of the airport, especially in those areas where substantial building costs are incurred by lessees, by approving long-term leases which provide for the re-examination and readjustment of rates and charges at specified periods of time during the period of the lease. The owner may provide or participate in the installation of utility service up to a lessee's property line. The lessee shall bear such costs on his leased property. No person shall engage in any business or commercial activity whatsoever on the airport except under the terms and conditions prescribed in written agreements between the lessee and the Commission, except routine maintenance. Lessees shall be selected on the basis of their qualifications, financial capabilities, and services offered, and not solely by bid basis. In determining the use of public building space, first consideration shall be given to public necessity and convenience. The Commission will provide the Wisconsin Bureau of Aeronautics with one complete copy of each current lease and agreement. Any buildings to be constructed by lessees on the airport property shall conform to all state and local building codes, and the building plan shall be subject to the approval of the Commission. Wisconsin Department of Industry, Labor, and Human Relations, Wisconsin Bureau of Aeronautics, and the Federal Aviation Administration. No person shall engage in the activity of storing, transporting, or dispensing of aviation fuels to the general public except those persons satisfying the requirements as set forth in the minimum standards ordinance. No person shall engage in the activity of storing, transporting, or dispensing of non-commercial aviation fuels except those persons satisfying the requirements as set forth under Section 5, Fuel Farm Area, and holding a written agreement with the Commission to do so. The storage of all aviation fuels shall be in approved tanks only, and the Commission shall encourage the installation of all aviation fuel storage in the Fuel Farm Area. Aircraft ground access to the airport property shall not be allowed except from an approved airport industrial park as depicted on the airport layout plan. Do you have any questions on that? Section 5 is establishment of land use areas. There's a municipal terminal area, and this area shall be reserved for the public terminal building and other public use facilities. Utility and service area. This area shall be reserved for utility, service, crash, fire and rescue, and maintenance facilities operated by the owner. The commercial aviation areas. This area shall be reserved for commercial aviation business normally conducted by fixed base operators. Allowable activities include, but are not limited to, aircraft sales and rental, airframe, power plant and instrument repair, aircraft fuel and oil dispensing, flight training, and air taxi service. Now, a lot of these things aren't here now, but there is a provision for them in the future. Lot sizes and setbacks shall be in conformity with the airport ALP, and building height shall conform. And building height shall conform with Part 77 of the Federal Aviation Regulations. The location of specialized commercial aviation businesses that pose special safety and operational problems, such as agricultural spraying facilities, shall be considered on an individual basis by the Commission. The corporate hangar area. This area shall be reserved for non-commercial hangars, excluding multiple T hangars, and the exclusive use of this area shall be aircraft housing. No commercial activity shall be conducted from a corporate hangar without permission of the Commission. No flammable liquid shall be stored above or below the ground in this area without permission of the Commission. Lot sizes and setbacks shall be in conformity with the airport ALP, and building height shall conform with Part 77 of the Federal Aviation Regulations. Multiple T hangar areas. This area shall be reserved for the location of multiple unit T hangars for the storage of aircraft. No commercial activity shall be conducted from a multiple T hangar. No flammable liquids shall be stored or used in this area, nor shall aviation fuel be dispensed into any aircraft while in a hangar. Aircraft, vehicles, and equipment shall be parked in a manner which does not interfere with the movement of aircraft. Aircraft maintenance or repair that creates a fire hazard or endangers other airports or property of another is prohibited. And lot sizes and setbacks shall be in conformity with the airport ALP, and building height shall conform with Part 77 of the Federal Aviation Regulations. Tie-down areas are reserved for long-term parking of aircraft based on the airport or those transient aircraft remaining overnight. Temporary tie-down areas may be designated by the Commission or manager. Public apron areas are reserved for unloading or loading of passengers and cargo, refueling aircraft, and temporary parking of aircraft. Auto parking areas are reserved for automobile parking. Temporary vehicle parking areas may also be designated by the Commission or manager. Agricultural areas are reserved for agricultural purposes under approved leases until such time as they are designated for aviation purposes by the Commission. Industrial park area shall be reserved for the location of businesses without encroachments of operations. Proposals for leasing land in this area will be reviewed on an individual basis by the Commission. Lot sizes, setbacks, and building heights and design shall be specified in the written agreement between the lessee and the Commission. The air cargo area shall be reserved for the location of businesses engaged solely in the transportation of everything except passengers and baggage. Proposals for leasing land in this area will be reviewed on an individual basis by the Commission. Lot sizes, setbacks, and building heights shall be specified in the written agreement between the lessee and the Commission. The fuel farm area is reserved for the storage of fuel used in aircraft. A written agreement between a fuel farm tenant other than a fixed base operator and the commission shall contain but not be limited to the following provisions. At no time shall tenant share, sublease, or in any other manner provide fuel or fueling facilities to any other tenant or any other aircraft except those aircraft owned and leased for the exclusive use of the tenant designated in this agreement. Tenant shall install and maintain all fuel facilities within the fuel farm in accordance with plans and specifications approved in writing by the commission. The tenant shall comply with all federal, state, and local laws and regulations governing the installation, operation, and maintenance of all fueling facilities, equipment, and dispensing trucks. Each prospective fuel farm tenant shall submit to the commission a written proposal which sets forth the extent of operations to include fuel grades, estimated annual volume, experience, training of fuel handling personnel, type, size, and condition of all fueling facilities and equipment to be used, and provisions for the security and safety of the facility. And the last section is severability. The several provisions of this ordinance shall be deemed severable, and it is expressly declared that the owner would have passed the other provisions of this ordinance, irrespective of whether or not one or more provisions may be declared invalid. And if any provision of this ordinance or the application or circumstances is held invalid, the remainder of the ordinance and the application shall not be affected. Now, I went through this with Dave and with John Mitchell, and there's some things here that are, like I said before, they're not relevant right now, but they could be in the future. And this looks like it covers what we need to have covered by the commission. Taking questions from the audience.
Does anyone have questions? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I would just suggest that you include in the requirements for the commission that the commission abides by state statute and particularly section 60 town, so that any building or sale or purchase of land or buildings has to be approved by the electorate.
This is set up by Wisconsin statute 114.14 and puts all the responsibility on the commission, not on the town.
I would ask that you have that reviewed, because if the owner is the town, then as we saw with the T-Hanger project, if the airport is going to embark on another building of some sort or purchase land or sell land that's owned by the town, it's required to be authorized by the electorate under section 60.
Well, I'll check.
If you would check
I'll check
that.
on it.
And the other
What I
thing-
read in it was statute 114.14, which gives all the rights to the commission.
Well, yes, I understand what you're saying, however, I think that's in conflict with state statute,
Then we
section
have to see
60.
which supersedes which.
That's correct. So if you would check
Brian,
on
do
that.
you have any idea about that?
I couldn't help you on that one. I can look it up, I can talk to our compliance manager.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The other thing, I think a mention in here of the fact that the commission must also abide by open meetings law.
It doesn't say anything in here about open meetings laws.
That's what I'm saying. The commission, because it's an appointed commission by the town, must abide by open meetings law, so I'm suggesting that that be noted in here as well.
I will check on that.
Thank you.
And even if it's not noted, it should be open meeting.
It has to be. That's a state statute. Yeah.
Anything else? Rick?
Yeah, I got a couple of issues here. On section 4, letter I, it refers to aircraft ground access to the airport. I'm assuming that means if you were to bring one in on a trailer, for instance, it was damaged somewhere, the wings had to be removed and it was trucked in. Can you define where that would be allowed to be entered onto the airport?
I think that would fall under the, shall have the duty of, get permission from the commission. Just written
Well,
permission.
what is letter I then pertaining to?
Dave?
I think letter I, isn't letter I the through the fence stuff?
Right, that's what it's supposed to be.
It just says airport ground access to the airport property. It doesn't
Aircraft
define
ground
exactly
access.
what that is.
Aircraft ground access, in other words, if you wanted to taxi your plane onto the airport property, it should not be allowed except for as depicted by the layout. So I think this is the through the fence and
Okay,
taxiway stuff.
then
Maybe.
the word taxi should be put in there, because
Yeah.
this is just saying airport ground access.
Yeah, I don't know, this is boilerplate that came off from the Wisconsin thing, so I don't know.
Okay, well, I got an issue with that one, and then also, same page, right at the bottom, section 5, letter C1, where it refers to flight training. Every pilot on this airport has to receive pilot training every 2 years just to stay current. How are we gonna do that with this provision in here?
Which one was that, Rick?
Well, it doesn't exclude
It
it,
says
all it's,
allowable activities.
I don't think it
Okay.
excludes it, does it? I think it's just saying,
Okay, so you're gonna say it's gonna be airport-wide and it's gonna be allowed.
yeah, I think what this is saying if you wanted to set up an FBO, that's
But it
where it
doesn't
needs to
say
happen.
that, Dave.
Yeah, I see.
Well, I'm reading it into the commercial.
Well,
That wouldn't be
but-
commercial, is
But
it?
this is saying that you're gonna define a commercial area, so are you gonna define the entire airport then as commercial area?
No.
Then how are we gonna get training?
You can still get training, it's still not, that's just like getting maintenance on your plane, you're still allowed to do that, but that's not setting up a commercial business.
But an instructor
Right,
is
I
gonna
don't
be,
know, Ryan, can you answer this a little bit, can you shed some light on it? Yeah, right
Here,
here,
take one.
an instructor is gonna have to come to this student's hangar.
right, just like your
Which
AMP.
which is then, he is a businessman
Right, but you're not signing
operating a
up,
flight instruction business.
but he's not setting up a commercial business, meaning he's not, now, if you was to hang a shingle on your hangar, I think you would fall under this.
Then
Saying,
put an
okay, well,
exclusion. All right, now what about, a student then? A ground, zero-time student wants to take instruction. We have several in the Flying Hawks Flying Club that start out at zero-time pilots
Right.
and get their 40-plus hours of training.
I
How
think
is
that's
that gonna
okay, I think it falls into the same thing, I think, Rick, where if the instructor comes to you, now, if the instructor comes over here and says, okay, I'm gonna train anybody and everybody that wants to come get flight training out of this hangar, then it's a commercial business, but if they're coming to your hangar as a service, just like your mechanic, if your mechanic wanted to set up shop in your hangar, and maintenance mine and John's and everybody's plane, then it would be a commercial business. That's just like, if you set up a commercial business downtown, you have to fall under some regulation. But if a guy comes to your house and works on something, he's not doing a commercial business, right?
Okay, but it
He's
doesn't
supplying
define
a
it as
commercial,
that in here.
well, I think he's supplying a commercial service, but it's not a commercial business.
It's just saying that you've got to define the commercial area.
He's on, section 5C, C1,
Bottom of page 3.
5C1 is what he's talking about.
Dave, isn't there provision somewhere else in it does say that training is permitted and all the other things permitted that aren't considered commercial here? I thought
Yeah, I
some
don't-
routine
I don't know.
maintenance and other things were, I don't have it in front of me, Nelson, I can't find it. Oh, thanks, it's fair.
Yeah, I think this.
You have some words of wisdom?
I don't know about words of wisdom, but, I think this is saying that you can't run a business out of your hangar.
Anyway, maybe you should stand up and explain who you are, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I'm
I've
sorry.
never met you either, but
Yeah.
anyways.
I'm Ryan Donnelly, I'm the, airport development engineer, and I'm the project manager for El Palmyra project. I got my card if anyone wants it.
Okay. And you're out of the Madison Bureau of Aeronautics or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
Okay.
very nice.
Okay.
And then I was working with Ed while he was filming this out.
Okay, my last comment on this is that I would encourage the board to have a minimum of 3 people on this board and to involve the 4 airplane-oriented organizations here based at the airport with at least input from such clubs, because we have a vested interest in it.
Oh, yeah.
And a strong recommendation that these board members be at least a hangar owner who has vested interest in the operations of this airport.
Section 1 states that you need at least 3 people on the board already. G.
3 or more persons, yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Is the commission, is there still gonna be an airport manager, or will this replace the airport manager, the commission?
That will be up to the commission after it's set up. The commission could do it on their own, or they could name a manager.
So once once if the commission is approved and all that in the January meeting, I think you said, at that point, there won't be an airport manager unless the commission
Correct,
appoints one.
correct.
Okay.
And right now, the people that have been talking about being on the commission says it probably won't, we'll just run it as a commission. I mean, that's, for a small airport like that, that's the most
Makes
expedient
sense.
way, yeah. Plus, you don't have to pay the commissioners.
And we would
You
encourage,
pay a manager, that's fine.
we would encourage anybody that has anything to do with the airport to come to the commission meetings, especially in the beginning when it's getting set up
Oh, yeah.
and getting everything worked out, so we want it to go smoothly. We wanna make sure this airport stays viable and can, provide the service that everybody wants from it.
Ed, you know, I've been involved here at the airport for 40-plus years, and, you know, I'm involved with 88 Charlie's group of kids, and, of course, our concern is that the airport remain viable like you just stated, but also that the costs are contained so these kids can afford to fly out of this airport. You know, that's kind of a big thing to me. And I'm sorry, Mr. Dunn, but did you
Yes.
already state that the commissioners have already been selected, even though the ordinance isn't written
No,
yet?
no, I said that the people that have been reviewing it at the commission papers.
Okay, I was
We
just
haven't
curious,
even-
because
there's no
I spent
commission named
6
yet.
years
There's no
on the
commission named yet, yeah.
Okay.
We just, the people that have been looking at this paper and
All right,
helping.
okay.
go
Because we
through it.
did have a commission before, and I spent 6 years on the airport commission here, when it was, so having an airport commission at Palmyra isn't really a new
No.
thing? It's something that was eliminated, and then now they're bringing it back, which I applaud them for. I think that's a wise thing to do.
Where will the meetings be posted for the commission?
Same as the highway commission.
Same
On the
as,
boards?
same as.
Same places? Okay.
It'd be my desire to have them also on the website too. That's what I would, we're working on that. I would like to have, 1/3 of the townships in the state are doing that right now, and I just think that, it's convenience for people. And, we were at a Towns Association meeting and said that if the clerk posts meetings and posts the stuff on the website, he only needs to post one posting, so it would say, actually save the clerk work if he did, it'd be less work, in my opinion, to put it on the website than run to three spots to post it.
Would it have to be like voted on to make it an official posting site, the website?
No, it's our intention to post meetings. It's my intention to have all meetings, like road committee, airport committee, those meetings posted on the website. And then probably one posting area besides that. But if it's on the website, he lives on the lake, he could just, post it at the lake and not have to come down here and post on Coffins Road. I think it's more efficient to have it on the website than at 3 posting sites. It's my opinion, and that would be my desire to have this on the website.
You could also set the website up with an RSS feed, so people could register, and then they would automatically be informed when something gets posted to the website, and that would be even more efficient.
Okay, I guess that would be up to our clerk to work on that, but I guess for right now, I'd like to, have at least the agendas and other pertinent information posted on the website for the convenience of the people.
Are you still hoping that you're gonna have that done by January?
Hopefully, if I get through the taxes.
He's get through the taxes, I think that's what he'll be working on. We have the budget, he had a lot of things to clean up, obviously, since he's been there, and that's his goal after he's done with the taxes, is to get the web up and going. Correct?
Well, there's help available for that if you need it,
Okay,
from somebody who ran it before.
okay.
Do you have anything else, Ryan? Or has
No,
anybody got any questions for Ryan?
Yes, I came here if anyone had any questions.
Do you have any comments about the hangar?
It should be done, and hopefully the end of the first week of January, maybe the second week. But that's going, there's no real issues as of yet.
Everything's going pretty much on schedule, you think?
It's a little slow. We set up the work time for summer months, and with the delay to start, they're having some troubles with the snow earlier and stuff like that.
It was cold there for 10 days too.
Yeah, and then hunting season, and it's hard to get construction workers in, but
Now it's Christmas.
yeah. No, yeah, now they're starting to work weekends too, and I'm pushing them pretty hard.
Okay, I see the roof's probably got 20 feet left, and they'll have that on, that'll make it a lot, better, they can work inside then.
Yeah, it should be, from what I hear, they're pretty much almost done. The last thing will be electricity, which would take a week or two.
And yes, they were working weekends, I seen them Saturday.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I seen them Saturday, yeah, they had a pretty good sized crew out there Saturday, so.
Good. The contractor almost called me Scrooge for trying to get them out there.
What is the earliest that it'll be opened up for the rental?
When they're done, it's ready to move in, yep.
Possibly February 1st?
No, they're thinking, he told me January 12th, that was a few weeks ago. I've been trying to push him to finish it earlier, so I'm hoping the end of the first week of January.
Now, does that
Oh,
building
the
have to
first
have a?
week.
First week, at the end of the first week.
Oh, I think, okay, I thought,
Sorry.
I misunderstood you, that was like gonna be the last weekend.
Now, does that building need a certificate of occupancy or something like that? Will that,
I believe so, yes.
okay, and that'll be done before they pull out?
Yep.
So who does the final inspection then to make sure everything's done according to?
I will, and we also have a consultant that will, me, the consultant, and the contractor will walk through it.
Okay.
We did a partial walkthrough with pavement and everything before the hangar got in there. And that all looked
Contractors
good.
like asking.
Is the building under the contract's liability till it's complete, so we get it on ours, so we don't, once, it's
yeah,
not
it's-
till it's done, we have to insure it.
Till you get till you get the certificate of occupancy, you can't do it,
We
right?
can't do it then.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
no,
insure it until the occupancy thing is done, right?
Yeah, and while they're building it, it's all, they're liable
Contractor's
for it.
responsibility, okay,
Yep.
all right.
Has there been a rental agreement approved for the rental of those yet?
No.
Not approved yet.
Not approved, we have one, we're working on one to finalize it.
I think the lawyer's looking.
Lawyer has it right
I
now.
think the lawyer has it now.
Any other questions?
So I don't know how we have to do this. I guess make a motion that we put this on the January 12th agenda to vote on commission
Well, there'll be a second reading of the ordinance.
and the second reading of the ordinance.
So put that in motion.
So I'll make a motion that we have a second reading of this ordinance on the January meeting. And if anybody has any questions, you've seen what this is, if you wanna come to that meeting and have any questions, that's fine. We'll try to answer what we can. We've got some questions to look into now. And that's all part of the motion. But we'll do this, we'll try to finalize it at the January meeting.
Okay, it's moved to have the second reading of this ordinance at the January meeting and approve it at that time, it'll be January 12th. So, any other discussion on that?
No.
I second it. It's been moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried. If anybody wants a copy of this that don't have one, they'll make them a copy. If anybody just, after the meeting, they'll give you a copy.
I'll need one.
Okay, he needs one.
Yeah, say something can have mine.
Somebody can have mine too, because I can print another one. If somebody wants, there's one here.
Motion adjourned.
Second, it's been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried, meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.